Hey guys, so today I am doing an empties video for you all. So excited to share with you guys what I've used up lately and kind of like my final verdict, like my final thoughts. Is it something I would repurchase or no? It's just so good to, I think, do reviews of things like after you've actually used them, and it's refreshing, I think, for you guys too to see that I'm actually using these things that I'm dogging about, and to just, you know, be able to really tell you guys like, okay, you know, actually what it did after using the whole friggin' thing. You know, it's a cool way to share likes and dislikes. It's a cool, I mean, sometimes I don't have any dislikes, sometimes I have a lot of dislikes. And this one I think is kind of like, so kind of half and half. Okay, so this is obviously not filmed at the same time. I found a few things that I wanted to add in, and I'll probably add at the beginning. I'm a little sick, so I sound a little nasally, or I feel like I do. So when I was doing my empties, like when I filmed earlier, I remember thinking like, this can't be it. But I mean, I felt like it was a lot of stuff. And then I was cleaning out my, like the area underneath my sink, like the two cabinets, and I found this little stash of stuff that I guess I had just been kind of putting under there and thinking, okay, I'll move that to like the little bin. And I found these, I was like, oh, I'll just save them for next time, but I really don't want to. I really just thought I would add them in today. We've been out all day, and so I don't even have my earrings on anymore. Like that's when you know. No, but I just wanted to show these quickly. So the Sephora Instant Nail Polish, this is the one for glitter. Is it the one for glitter? Yeah, Instant Nail Polish Remover for glitter. This is so good, and I don't even wear a lot of glitter nail polish, but when I do, this actually will remove it. It's got like it's like one of those holes that you stick your finger in with a sponge, like a soft sponge, so you can use it around that edge like for regular nail polish. And I don't know if it's a little stronger or whatever, because it's like really heavy duty for glitter, but it really just like, it wipes out your nail polish instantly, but then it's got a really scrubby, like hard part in the middle that gets all the glitter off. So I do have another one of these that I had repurchased, but I did get that Formula X one if you guys watched my mailbox video, which, speaking of, I guess this is good that I filmed this too, and I might mention this in another video too, like in my favorites, but let me know if you guys want to see more of those mailbox videos, because speaking of things I left out, I cleaned up this whole room a few days ago too, and I found so many things in my stash. Like I have this closet right here, if you guys are familiar with this room, like when I've done little overviews and stuff, but like I'll just kind of put stuff there. If I get like any box of stuff or things, and when I grabbed for things for that video, I just kind of grabbed for the things that I saw and just was really kind of frantic. So I love sharing those. So this is the thing, you guys really seem to like those. Like, I'm not kidding, like I get such an overwhelming, like, positive reaction from those. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, personally, they're not my favorite to film, and I'll tell you why. It's not because I don't like talking about them, it's because I feel overwhelmed. And I'm like, Tiffany, solve the freaking problem and just start doing it regularly. So let me know if you guys would like to see like more mailbox videos regularly. I skipped over some of the best things. I've got new Tarte palettes. I've got an eyeshadow palette that's amazing, a highlighter palette, like, oh my god, like so much stuff. Like I have enough stuff to do a whole other video, but I'm gonna probably save that to the next thing, because I don't think any of this is like limited edition. I mean, it's stuff you can get. So I'm gonna try to throw one in every month. I think that would be nice, you know, if it makes sense, because it gets so overwhelming, and sometimes I underestimate it. Like I see this area and I think, okay, well when that fills up I'll do a video, but I don't realize like that's a lot of stuff to talk about. So let me know if you'd like to see mailbox videos more often. Okay, and then the Celebration Foundation and the Illumination type, and it's in the shade Fair. I love this stuff. This is the best powder foundation. It really has the best coverage. I mean, it's amazing, but it looks like you're not, oh, crap, I just got it all over my jeans. Oh, I mean, I thought I had dumped it out. Okay, so it broke, and yeah, like when you break it, even if you think you've gotten all of it out, it'll still, like now I've got a, gosh, these jeans. I was using the ring, but then it got to where like it just kept coming out. So I do have another one of those I repurchased, and sometimes I'll just use it by itself, but I like the feeling of, I don't like the feeling of just a powder on my skin. But what I like to do with that is, if I do have like a lot to cover up, which my skin's been really good lately, or I need to just, I don't know, I'm hardly wearing any foundation today. Like it's just very sheer. So I feel like I'm doing good, but I like to kind of use it to touch up. But I think it's really nice because if I do use a powder that has a little bit of color to it, that's a really good one. The L'Oreal Lumi cushion, you guys said this thing runs out quickly, and you know, I had been using it just kind of a normal amount, and didn't realize, yeah, I feel like it did run out quickly because I didn't really just use it every single day. I use it probably a couple times a week and then less lately. But yeah, the last time I went to use it, and I had used it a couple times before, it just, you know, it just gets pretty dry. You know, you really have to work to get some product. So, but I will say I have used a lot of these cushiony type products. Haven't mentioned a lot of them because I don't like a lot of them. This one is so good. The Tidal, it's the Sunday Riley Tidal Brightening Enzyme Water Cream. I loved this stuff. You guys know that. And I kept talking about like how I was going to replace it when I ran out of it. And I ended up getting the Clinique Moisture Surge, which is kind of similar. It's like a gel. I tried to replace it with some other things first that were kind of like more creams, and I realized I like a gel-based moisturizer, and I think that it's honestly better. I think it locks in the moisture better because it kind of leaves, you know, it kind of disappears. This one is a little heavier though, like you can kind of feel it. It's a little sticky, so I like it. I can use it really sheer in the morning, but I like it best at night. But I got the Moisture Surge because I like that gel feeling of like the next morning when you go to wash your face, it feels like you have to really wash it off. Like there's a light, like it's kind of slippery. You know what I mean? Like it's really on there. So I've been trying just to use things that are just suited to my skin type. Well, I don't think this broke me out by any means. I'm really not struggling with my skin anymore ever since I changed to things that were oil-free and things that were really suited for people that might be like more acne prone, things that don't clog your pores. I really think this is a good one, but I would say use this if you are not super breakout prone, which is a lot of people, you know, I think a lot of people would really love that. This is just so good, and it kind of bums me out because I love it that much. Like I want more of it. Like I enjoyed using it, but I know the Clinique is better for my skin. It smells just like this Bath & Body Works lotion, like super throwback, like when Bath & Body Works looked like baskets everywhere and they had like little green, you guys remember, like probably like mid-90s, Bath & Body Works, where they had, like mid-late 90s, it was a scent that was blue, like the cream was actually light blue, and I think it had like oceany stuff on it. It smells exactly like that, and I can't believe I remembered that scent, but I must have used it a lot when I was younger because this really like took me back. So that's what that smelled like. And then another Sunday Riley product, the Good Genes, which I really liked this too. I don't think this ever gave me acne. My skin was actually less, for a while, when I had dealt with so much acne during my pregnancy and afterwards, when I started using this stuff, I didn't actually get like red, you know, like breakouts and stuff like that. But I still struggled with clogged pores and stuff like that, and I haven't really been anymore. So I haven't been using this or any of the Sunday Riley products, which I really loved. But if you are not prone to breaking out, or if you just, this is good. And like I said, I'm not using it anymore, but I still really recommend it. It's just, it sucks when you know sometimes maybe there's a product that does something good for your skin, but you know you really like shouldn't use it. I don't know. I don't think this one ever did anything bad for my skin, but I'm just using other things. But I love the Sunday Riley stuff. I really do. So if you're not super breakout prone, I would definitely recommend those. They made my skin so pretty, but I still really had to struggle to keep it clear. And I feel like I'm not really having to do that anymore. So I don't know. Okay, so let's jump back. Okay, so the first thing that I see in here, I just used this up the other day. Ooh, it's got big old hair in it. And it's the Josie Maran Argan Sugar Balm. And I think if I really tried, I could probably get a little bit more out. I say that about everything. I'm gonna always say that about everything unless I just like completely wash it all out. But I got excited to start using my Herbivore one though, my rose one, which honestly, I don't like that as good as, I like the way it feels though. I like the way it feels on my skin. Do you remember that Lush one that I used that was, oh gosh, what was it? I forgot what exactly it was called, but I used it when I was pregnant a lot. And it was a scrub, and it like left almost like a film. I hate to say that, but it like left a nice like oily feeling on my skin. It just felt so good. The Herbivore one's kind of like that, but I feel like the scent changed or something. Like I feel like it doesn't smell like it should. But this one is just a very good, I don't want to say a basic scrub, but yeah, it's called Argan Sugar Balm Body Scrub by Josie Maran, and it is a sugar scrub, which I prefer over like salt scrubs because I always don't want to like light myself up after I have shaved or something in the shower if I use a scrub, which I don't like scrub over freshly shaved skin, but you feel me, like you can always, you know that feeling and it's bad. This one's very plain. It doesn't smell offensive. It just has a very light, sugary lemon scent. I don't even know if it's like super lemony. yeah, I don't, it smells like sugar, which is kind of weird to say. It came with a little, if you're seeing that thing inside of it that looks like a finger or something, those girls. It's a little wooden scoop. I thought about saving it, but I was like, I don't want to be gross because, you know, I don't want to like contaminate something. Not contaminate, but like, you know, I just don't want it to be old. So that is definitely good enough to recommend. And look how beautiful. I just loved the way that looked sitting in my shower. And it looks like a glass jar, but it's actually plastic, which is awesome. For the shower, I have this by Pantene. It's the Weekly Deep Cleanse Purifying Shampoo with Mocha Mint. Well, this is what I referred to in my hair care video, if you saw that one, which I think is really good. You should check out. I talk about like all the hairs, just everything here. It's good. It's an okay clarifying shampoo, but I don't think I would repurchase it. It wasn't anything special. I mean, Pantene's cheap. I mean, whatever. If you need a good, I don't know, I think I would just try something else. Oh gosh, I love this. The Aussie Miracle 7-in-1 Dry Shampoo. If you have really oily hair and you like really need a good dry shampoo, this is no joke. This will, if your hair looked so disgusting, you could use this. Not that I'm saying this should take the place of like regular washing, but like I wash my hair at the most every 3 days. Like, or not, at the longest stretch every 3 days. Usually every other day. But I use my dry shampoo pretty much every day to keep myself from getting to the point of it being oily. Like I'm never using it to cover up oil, you know what I mean? But if you needed to or you really had oily hair, oh my gosh, try it, it's so good. Okay, so the next, I'm just grabbing the Oribe Gold Lust Repair and Restore Shampoo, and I also have the conditioner. I've mentioned this several times. You know, I splurged to purchase these because I had used the first Oribe products that I purchased that I had used in the past were the dry texturizing spray, which I really, really love. And it's not to be confused with a dry shampoo. It's really just to use like before you style your hair or like in the lengths of your hair. I think it just gives you like a ton of texture, but not so much. I mean, yeah, you can use it in the roots for volume, but it's not gonna do what a dry shampoo does, and that like it will keep your hair from getting oily or it'll make it look cleaner. Just adds texture, so great product. And then I also, that day when I first purchased my Oribe stuff a long time ago, I also grabbed the Gold Lust Deep Conditioner. And I really loved both of those things. Because I liked the Gold Lust Deep Conditioner, I got the shampoo and conditioner from the same line, and I gotta say I wasn't wowed, you know? I didn't love it like I expected to. I did not like, I mean, the shampoo was okay. It was just like any other, honestly, like a shampoo I could have gotten at the drugstore. Did not even have that particular of a great Oribe smell. I mean, it smelled okay, but what really had the Oribe, this didn't smell like this did not smell like the Oribe stuff. This smells like the Oribe stuff, the conditioner. This smelled like the deep conditioner that I used too. So good, I just cannot tell you. This Oribe scent is so good. I even almost considered getting the Oribe perfume at one time. I really, really liked this. If I could get this in like a giant thing for like $20, $30, I'd totally pick that up, but no. These are so expensive and I just can't justify it over anything else because I didn't think, while I love this, the way it smelled, I didn't think it made my hair look any better than anything else. Whereas like the Argan shampoos, like the Bel Air one, when I used that one, I could tell my hair looked better. Speaking of Argan, I'm using the Blonde shampoo by Argan, and I like it, okay? I'm not in love with it. I really want like a purple blonde shampoo, and I think that the Oribe has a really purple blonde shampoo, so I might splurge one more time on the Oribe blonde and then let you guys know. Because I know people love Oribe, but it just makes me wonder, like, what does it, you know? If you guys love Oribe, that's it. You guys know the products that I like. I like the texturizing spray, I like that leave-in treatment. Let me know what you guys think about specifically the deep conditioner in the jar, because I almost bought that the other day, but it was kind of expensive. I was like, I don't know. The deep conditioner in the jar, because I'm imagining it to smell amazing. And the blonde shampoo, if you've used it. I think they're in pink containers or like a melon color, but they're purple. I threw this in there. I always just throw these away, but I thought I want to talk about this because, okay, in every room in my house, we use these, well, no, in my bathroom we have something different because I like to use those that are the ones that are like the creamy, like milk and honey. They're super cheap, like soft soap brand, but I love this hand soap in our powder room downstairs, in the guest bathroom, our basement bathroom. It doesn't like compete with your decor. I know that sounds funny. It smells really good. It's not like a cheesy looking hand soap, and it looks just like this when it's clean, when it's full, because it's totally clear. In this particular fragrance, which is called Sweet Water, and it smells really good. And it's foaming. It just smells really clean and pretty. I've gone through so many of these. When you look in our little cabinet in our powder room downstairs, I'll buy them when they're on sale, and I have like just backup. So we go through these all the time, and I love how the thing is in the corner so you can get every little drop. Do you see that? No drippity drops in there whatsoever. The Tata Harper Regenerating Cleanser, okay? This, and as you will see, does not have a pump because I have a problem with these. So the very first one that I ever bought was this one, this size, and it was great. It's a really, really, really awesome, amazing, one of the best skin scrubs I've ever used, face scrubs. And then I loved it so much that I bought the bigger version, and the pump clogged on it. So it was kind of hard. Like when you would use it, you would have to like clean the nozzle every time. They just have different little pumps because then it would like shoot everywhere. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna buy the small one again. And then when I bought, so this was the third one that I had, the pump actually totally broke. Like it would not work at all. So I ended up having to throw that away, and I would just end up using it like that, and it, whatever. Used all that, and I now have the full size one again, which I really like. Basia Makeup Breakup Cool Cleansing Oil. I've used so many of these over the years, you guys. I mean, this is one of my all-time favorite makeup removers, and I actually did repurchase it, and I have one now. The Chanel eyeliner. Did I have this out in another? I want to say that I had this in another empties, or either I had it sitting out, maybe thinking it was empty, and then I used it again or something. I don't think I've talked about this before. Like, was it one of those things I talked about and then I got back out? I don't know, but it's totally like, I'm not gonna use it anymore. Like, I could still use some, but it's like one of those, I mean, it's like a liquid, and it says that they're only supposed to last 6 months. I get that. Like, I'm really weird about eye stuff, and so I don't have like all my MAC stuff anymore, and I don't have this big collection of liquid eyeliners because you gotta think it's just gross, you know? You gotta really be mindful of that. If you buy something nice, really use it. And when I bought this, I really, really used it right away. I used a lot of it, and then it got a little kind of dry, so I used something else. And then when I came back to it, and even though it still had product in it, I was always a little afraid to use it. So finally letting this go. But if you like a more traditional liquid eyeliner that's just like, I mean, see, it's so goopy and gross. This is a good one. It's by Chanel. It's a little more expensive, but I really liked it. I thought it looked pretty on. The Maran Time Release Acne Cleanser. I have repurchased one of these. I love this. Even if you're not super acne prone and you just want something that's going to keep your pores clean, this is good. It has time-released salicylic acid. It has amino acids, hyaluronic acids for like youthfulness. But that's what I love, is that it's like a cream cleanser. Like, it's really creamy. When I'm in the shower, I just kind of put it on and let it sit on my skin for like 5 minutes or so. It's really cooling, and I just like the way it feels, and it's so, so good with a Clarisonic. I have the Maran Advanced Acne and Wrinkle Reducer. If you've watched my videos, you know I use those a lot. I just go through those like nuts. Oh, I have 2 of those in here. Use those in the morning, and they're really good, and I really like them, and I still use them. Quick skin update for you. I know I've kind of like hinted around like at different things, but this last go of using the Retin-A, because I told you guys for years, like I've tried different kinds of Retin-A's, and I get to a certain point, like at the 2nd month mark, and I never really have much sensitivity. I feel like honestly my skin's pretty tough, whereas I think a lot of people might stop using Retin-A because it makes their skin sensitive and they freak out. I am totally fine with that. Like, I get it. The most I get is like sometimes it feels a little chapped. You know, like how you feel windburned? And then sometimes like if I have broken out, it might be peeling around there. But I don't have anything painful. I don't have anything unbearable. And I use a good moisturizer when I use it. So that's never an issue. And I really don't even experience all that much of that type of irritation. Whereas I think a lot of people do. But I'm really good about how I use it. Like, I wait at least 10 minutes after I wash my face at night. You know, I don't put it right on after cleansed skin, because if your skin's kind of moist, it can, which then leads me to think, like, why do people say, oh, you can apply it after your moisturizer? Isn't that the same thing? Wouldn't that, like, you know, inflame your skin too, because you're applying it over like moisture? And you might think, oh no, it's just water. Well, moisturizer has water in it. You know what I mean? Like, they say to do it over really dry skin. So I always use it on really dry skin, and then I use it after my skin is dried. I use my moisturizer afterwards. I let it sink in for a few minutes and then use my moisturizer afterwards, and that's a good combo for me. But I get to a certain point right at the 2-month mark where my milia, like you know how like if you stretch your skin out, or if you look at your forehead, like you're not breaking out, but it's just tiny little bumps that aren't breakouts. You wouldn't say they're whiteheads, you wouldn't say they're blackheads. It's just little bumps, you know, that make your skin texture look like shit. If it looks a little different, my camera's still adjusting. I had to change my battery. I can't tell you how many, every single time I try, I get to that point and my skin gets covered in that. And what that is it's like oil beneath the surface. It's like trapped, you know what I mean? And Retin-A makes my skin pump oil, and it's not, and this girl still say, it's not the product itself. I remember the second time I used Retin-A, I used one that was more like emollient, and I remember when I told my dermatologist, I remember the nurse was like, oh yeah, it's more emollient. That's not, it wasn't the product making my skin oily. It's not that I said, oh, the product feels oily. Like, no, I use it at night, who cares? I guess because of the irritation, or because of, like, sometimes I say when I use things that are more irritating or things that are more drying, it makes my skin oilier because it's like irritating. That's what it does. And then in turn I get more milia. So some people just can't use certain things. And if I didn't have skin that was like kind of prone to being a little oily, maybe that wouldn't be an issue. Because Retin-A is really supposed to be good for that. But it just wrecks my skin always. I get to a certain point. And I thought this last one was gonna be better. And I made it longer with this last one than I have with any. And the only reason I ever stop is because my skin ends up covered in that, like in certain areas, like all right here and all right there. On my forehead, horrible. I know this training is like a skincare video, but whatever. I just want to kind of like update you guys, and I'll do like a full-on one like some other time, like after I've used what I've used for a while, which I really haven't changed up much. I just stopped using that and I added something else in that is like, it's like life-changing. Well, it's like skin-changing, you know? Let's not get dramatic. So I said, you know what, screw it. Like, I've done it the amount of time that everyone says to do it. I lasted the amount of months that you're supposed to last to see results. I talked to my dermatologist about it, and it's like, it's just not. I need to just stop trying. So I do that every time. I just don't think I'm gonna try it. The only reason I tried it again was because they wanted me to try like something that was like Retin-A brand, like the Retin-A Micro Gel, which is what I used this last time. So I thought back to what I used to use, and I remember thinking when I used Proactive and stuff, which that's not what I'm using, but I was almost addicted to using that because every time I would say that benzoyl peroxide is what worked for my skin, I would always say, it takes away those little white bumps that I get. And I remember my skin used to be like porcelain when I was on that. And sure, I might break out like a zit here and there, but that's not what I'm trying to control. I'm trying to get those little crappy things off. So, and I get that like you have to get like those extracted, and I've had that before. I bought the Kate Somerville one. That's the, I forgot what it's called, like the anti-bac or whatever, but it's a really good like cream that has the benzoyl peroxide in it, and I use that at night. Within a week, I have none on my forehead. All of the little milia on my forehead that she even skipped last time, because I think she only did like 5 or so on my forehead, gone. It's like freaking porcelain. And my chin, I might have like maybe just like 3. I don't know. I'm like, why did I not do that? Like, why did I stop? When I stopped using that a long time ago, I remember my skin was breaking out. I think that would have happened anyways, like acne, you know? Like from hormones and stuff. And of course when I was pregnant I didn't use that. That like was an ingredient I just wasn't comfortable using when I was pregnant. That's when my skin texture went to complete I'm not kidding. I feel like my skin looks like it did. Like it's getting back to that point. And I know I've said that so many times, like, oh, I just feel like I've been battling it. I've been using so many different things. Everything that I've recommended is good, and it's things that are good, but it's just not it's things that I'm like, that I really had to try to make work, you know? So I'm kind of just getting back to it. Okay. Good news is we're almost done. So that little rant didn't take us too far off course, but I will, I'll do an update. Whatever, we'll talk soon. The All Make Clear Complexion Concealer, it just got to the point where it was a little dried out, and I feel like there's still some in there, but it just got kind of gross around the top, and I just felt like it was just getting a little thicker, so I just didn't feel comfortable like using that. And I purchased the Clinique one, that's the Acne Solutions, and it's pretty similar. I think I would just kind of maybe go with this, but what I didn't like about this is that it has a little applicator that goes back into it, and I like that the Clinique one just kind of squirts out, and then you can kind of just work with it so it doesn't contaminate it. I have one of my Donna Karan Cashmere Mist Deodorants. I love that, and I have repurchased that. My Covergirl Lashblast failed me big time this last time. This has been just an old standby, like good staple for me at the drugstore. And this one was horrible. Like, I can't even tell you. Like, it just didn't work. And I think sometimes, like, is it because I have tried all these other good things that I love, like my Clinique or my Chanel volume or like the Trish volume that are just so easy to work with and so dramatic that when I do use something like that, that may be the same as what I used to like, it's just not as good. I don't know, but I always remembered, I don't know. Maybe I got a dud, but I just didn't like it. And speaking of the Trish McAvoy, the Lash Curling Mascara, I actually did go through this one. You know, look at the actual sizes of these. That's so tiny. It doesn't even have the size on the bottom of it. But I feel like, you know, these are expensive, but they're very small. But I did use this one. I use this one like every day. And now I have the volume. Gosh, I can't even hardly open it. It's like so caked. Oh my gosh, like majorly caked together. Yeah, like I couldn't, it's like dry as a bone. But this one, the Lash Curling, I feel like the formulas between this, the one that's the Trish McAvoy Lash Curling, and then the Trish McAvoy Volumizing, which is what I have now, I feel like the formulas are the same, they're just different brushes. They're the tubing mascaras, I really love those. They don't smudge, they don't smear, they don't flake. The only way they come off is with water. You don't even need makeup remover. You just put water and then they just come off. They don't run, you know, it just comes off like solid. The one that actually has the tinier brush, the volumizing one, I think is better. But they're both really good. So it just depends. If you don't like those tiny brushes, try the curling one. Even if you wouldn't normally buy a lash curling, this one's very volumizing too. I've put some stuff back in here, so I'm trying to see. Oh, I had to just get rid of that. Like, I'm just like, I can't. And I'd used some of it, it's kind of old, so I didn't want to like pass on to anybody else. But the NARS, I'm telling myself, I'm not using this anymore. I'm giving up. The creamy, what is this? I don't know what this is called. The Radiant Creamy Concealer. And this is the vanilla shade. I just cannot use these. You see people using them and they're doing like I use other products for that and it's never creased. I don't have that issue. When I use this in the same way, I look like an old hag. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, so many lines. And some people may say, oh, well, you have to set it. Well, I don't like to put powder under my eye area. I can use other concealers and not set them and not have that issue. So this is not, I can't. I just do not get the hype. I don't get the hype at all. The MAC Beyond Twisted Lash. MAC has gotten some real weird mascaras lately, and this is one of them. It is like a metal brush that you twist. Like, you can twist it. You know, I've always told you guys you can always make your wand curly. So I tried to do that, and when I did it, this whole thing bends. Like, look at that. It's like, so you can, you know. But my thing is, like, what's the difference? Why can't you just freaking hold the wand? Like, why do you have to be like, that's even weirder. I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, I thought, well, maybe it's kind of just springy. You know, and it's bad because I liked it. I liked how it made my lashes look. It just was awkward. And I think one time I even poked myself because it was like so, I think the reason I like the way it made my lashes look is because look how shallow the bristles, they're real short, I mean. Oh, it looks like I have a mustache. I like ones that are short bristled like that, like the Trish volume, because it's like really good stuff. Okay. Oh no, here's one more thing. Oh no. Here's two more. The CeraVe Makeup Removing Cleansing Cloths. This is their ultra gentle, blah, 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 removes your makeup. You know what, I gotta say, I'm not a cleansing cloth makeup removal person anymore. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm preferring using the cleansing oils. Sometimes it just feels a little too rough. I don't want to be rubbing around on my eye area. And this one's kind of nubby. And what I ended up using this one for was like removing swatches from my hands or removing like makeup from, you know, if I was doing a video or something. So it took me a while to get through those. Oh, my nose is itching. And then this is why I asked about the Oribe, because I'm wanting to repurchase another deep conditioner. And I may just pick up one at the drugstore because I truly do believe that those are just as great. But I had this one. It's the L'Oreal Absolute Repair Lipidium L'Oreal Professional. It's from that line that they have. It's a little more expensive. But this one I got for like a penny. It was like a sample at Ulta. I didn't even know I was buying it for a penny. But, you know, I thought it was just pretty cheap. But I thought it was just like a smaller version. But I was excited to get it for a penny. But nothing super special about this one. I don't know. I wouldn't spend the money on it if that one's expensive. But it's not bad. It's just not like great. So that is all for my empties, and those are all my little reviews for you. A lot of things I think coming up though that I'll be able to talk about next time. I always say this, but like I guess makeup products actually take a little longer to run out. Like I feel like I've been right on the edge of so many that are kind of running out. And things like mascara and eyeliners or things like that, you'll find me talking about more because you go through those more. I've got a lot of lip glosses that are about to go and lip products. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for spending the time watching with me today. Oh, you couldn't see my cute shirt. But let me show you what I'm wearing today. So I've got on this top by my friend Jen. It's like the sweatshirt. I have it in gray too, but I live in her sweatshirts. I love her t-shirts. I love Jen's line. So check her out. I will link to her below. She is awesome. And I'll link to everything that I can in this video. Did I talk about my necklace? No, I didn't. This is just I don't even need to talk about it. I wear this like all the time, probably like every single time. I have so many good, I have so much good jewelry. I really need to start rotating it. I really do. I've got so many great things. Gosh, from Jen and from Alex, my HRH stuff that I need to get out, and like so many good things. But I'm just lazy and I just always put this on. It's not that I don't like those things. It's just that I'm in a habit. And I've got my Hermes cuff in silver, which I really like. You guys know I used to have the gold one and I kind of swapped them out. I bought this one and then I ended up selling my gold one because I was like, if I have this one, I'm never going to wear the gold one. So love that. And then I have my David Yurman little diamond bracelet that I really love. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much as always for watching. I feel like I'm like trying to like clean up as I'm sitting here because I've got so much stuff out. I hope that you guys have the best week ever. Love you all so much, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye, guys.